Hey everybody, welcome to Making Stuff. This is part 2 of making the claw machine. I've gotten some back-ordered parts in stock, so let's get to it and get this project finished. Rather than just drilling a hole, or actually 3 holes here for these buttons, I wanted to have a little panel to kind of angle them out so that it's easier to push the buttons when you're controlling the game. And the way I did that is I just took some of the scrap plywood I had, and you can see where I cut this piece here, the sides on each side, and then I just did a 45-degree bevel cut on this piece of wood there. Then I'm just going to attach it right here on the machine like so, and then that gives it a nice angle where it's easier to hit the switches and play the game. So here's the mechanism that I'm going to use for the claw. If this looks familiar, it should. It's the same mechanism that I used in the Pac-Man clock, and the only difference is I printed one little place here to run the string through to go up to the stepper motor, but it's the exact same mechanism. It just uses a regular hobby servo. And you can see in there's the gear inside, and then each little arm here has a gear on it, and when the servo turns it opens and closes. And so what I'm going to do is just print something to put on the ends here, you know, maybe something with a claw on it. So this will be lowered down, it'll grab and then raise back up. But that's the mechanism there for the claw. Okay, so I just want to give you a quick update here on the wiring situation. I've been working on this for a while, and I've got just wire that I had here in the shop, like some old speaker wire, some looks like phone cable, but I've run this wire through these cable chains, and I'm just kind of getting an idea how I'm going to route everything and keep it from getting tangled in the belt. I've got these little cable holders here. Just making sure that, you know, everything can move and not bind up or hit something or get tangled up. So this wiring's kind of a mess right now, but as soon as I get this done, we'll move on to the electronics. So here's my limit switch set up. This is going to let me know the X and the Y 0 position, which is also the home position, and this is going to be where we send the gantry platform after the claw has lowered, grabbed the prize, and raised. This will also be the starting point. So these 2 limit switches I have here are going to let me know when those positions have reached their limit. So this one here, that one will give me my X right here, and this one will do the Y. I've got this claw game here that it's been sitting in the shop for a while. It doesn't work, and I think what I'm going to do is rob this claw mechanism here off of it and use it on my game. And if this doesn't work, then I may try to 3D print something, but I think I can make this one work. So let's hook it up, see what happens. So here's a rundown on the brain of the claw game. This is a Teensy 3.1. The reason I used that instead of a Pro Mini or a regular Arduino is it had a whole lot more pins. I think something 24 digital pins, a whole lot more analog pins. So the pin, the more pins is why I used this. These 3 here are the stepper drivers. These are MOSFETs that will turn the LEDs on and off. And this right here is a 5-volt regulator. I also decided to use these connectors that I already had on hand, and that was so I could easily disconnect all the wiring and remove the mechanism from the machine in case I had to work on it. Alright, so we've got everything wired up, hooked up, and I got a little test program that I'm going to run here, and it's just going to move each axis a little bit, open the claw, move it back, and close the claw. And this is just a little test I've got in the Teensy right now, just to make sure all of the stepper motors are wired up and moving in the right direction, and hopefully I won't release any magic blue smoke on this. So here we go. Here's the initial run. Alright, so I've got this all hooked up, wired, running, programmed. Let's try and get some candy out of it here as a test. So far it seems to be running pretty good. There we go. Oh, it dropped it. Here's a different angle. Good shot of all the mechanism running. Alright, so here's the machine. It's all set up, ready to go to Maker Faire. I've got the plexiglass in. I've got it all painted. It's ready to go. All I need to do is put some candy and stuff in there. So let's do a little trial run here. You can see the LEDs change colors as it goes through the mode here. And when the claw goes down, you can't control it anymore, so that's why it turns red. Then after the claw goes down and picks up, it goes back to the home position and opens, turns blue, it's ready for the next player. So please be sure and stop by my booth at the 2015 Nashville Mini Maker Faire. We will have the claw machine on display there, as well as a few other items that we've built on the channel this year. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And thanks for watching.